Champagne for Rosh Hashanah?
Yeah, it's a New Year's.
Nice.
Okay.
It's New Year's.
We're back at it with Mechi from Pinch, and it's the time of the year. This is Shachiyuni. Mechi, I'm not sure if you ever had this.
Nope.
So it's perfect for Rosh Hashanah. Was uns gehen wir machen is fish. Shani l'rosh v'lo l'zunaf.
Traditionally, people serve Rosh Hashanah, they serve the head of a fish. We're gonna go a little ahead, and we're gonna do the head of the fish with the fish itself. We're gonna do a whole roasted branzini.
Very excited.
It's gonna be delicious.
I love Branzini, and I'm probably going to love a lot more Mechis.
Hi.
When you see bubbles, kids get excited, right? When they see bubbles. When I see bubbles, I get excited too. When you smell it, it smells from apples. In Rosh Hashanah, we eat apple and honey.
Wow.
So you have that apple.
It smells like an apple crisp.
Yeah.
Wow, you know, it's amazing to see that I've had wines, I've had champagnes, and somehow on the past few episodes, all episodes really that we did, every single wine that you brought or champagne, I was so wowed.
And I can say the same thing about Mechi's cooking. I've had lamb chops before, I've had pastrami before, I've had branzini before, but I am sure that this is going to have a new explosion of flavors that I've never had. And that's the good thing that we can look in life also, when you team up with somebody and the other person brings so much to the table that you know that you can do yourself, but you can't do it as good as the other person. So thank you, Mechi, for teaming up with me.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Wine and Spice. Today for you we're going to be making a oven roasted branzino. We're going to stuff it and we're going to roast it in the oven. Super simple. We. I think that's going to be our hashtag, just we. We're going to stuff it, we're going to roast it. It's super simple. Branzino happens to be is a Mediterranean sea bass. It's also known as Mediterranean sea bass. It's a delicious blank canvas. So whatever we're going to put on it, in it, next to it, with it, is going to infuse, and it's going to be so delicious. It has a very mild, sweet flavor, delicious texture. And like we said, you're serving the head of a fish with the fish, and you'll see if you stick around to the end of this video, we're gonna plate it up real nice, and we're gonna serve it like you could put this on your Rosh Hashanah table, and you could be a chenille l'rosh.
So we're doing the whole fish.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna do 3 little slices on the top of the fish, and that is going to help us bake it evenly, and it's also gonna help us get some spices and flavor inside the fish. We're gonna go ahead and get our delicious Kosmosor olive oil all over the fish. And today we're gonna be using the Busy Chicken blend from Pinch on our fish. Now, what's the first thing that comes to everybody's mind? Chicken on fish? So, like we said in the previous episode, the name is there for the people to feel confident when they're going to look for a chicken spice. But we are here to show everybody the versatile of a Busy Chicken blend, because it has all these herbs and aromatic flavors that we can use it on everything. Same goes for the olive oil, and same goes how we pair wine with different things. So we're gonna be seasoning it generously. And just a little tip for you guys going and buying the fish for Yontif, buying whole Branzino. Obviously you trust your purveyor, whoever sells you your fish, but check out the eyes. If it's clear, the eyes, is usually a good indication that it's a fresh fish.
So look the guy in the eye.
Look the guy in the eye, exactly. Now, we are going to stuff our fish. Stuffing the fish is not like stuffing something that we're gonna eat. It's stuffing that we want the flavor from the inside, from the lemon, and this is a really great company, by the way, Bowery. The parsley, we're gonna stuff it with lemon and parsley, and as it bakes and it roasts, that flavor of lemon is gonna infuse into the fish.
So you take it out after you finish?
Yes.
Or-
You could leave it in, but you take it out. So now we're gonna take 3 slices of thinly sliced lemon, and we're just going to lay it right inside the cavity. And we're gonna go ahead and grab a nice bunch of parsley, and we're gonna put it right in there, just like that.
I think we should have another swing.
I'm with you.
And smell it now. You smell lemon and apple. So you have the lemons.
That is so nice. That's so nice. We stuffed our fish. Now we're gonna add some vine cherry tomatoes to the pan. It's gonna roast together with the fish, and the fats and the flavors and everything is gonna merge together in there, and it's going to be absolutely delicious for taste-wise, and also beautiful for presentation when you're putting it out on your Rosh Hashanah table. And we're gonna add some of these delicious Tuscanini pitted olives. I love these. I love these as a snack.
Me
They're
too.
just so delicious, and they're going to go
They did a good job.
really nicely. We're just gonna add everything together on the board. This one was the original. We're gonna do one spicy. One original and one spicy. Obviously, if you don't like olives, you should try Tuscanini.
Yeah.
But if you don't like the Tuscaninis even afterwards, you can skip this part.
No, you could try just olive oil.
Just olive oil, exactly. We're gonna add some spicy olives in there as well. And there you go. We're gonna put it in for 10 minutes, set a timer. 10 minutes is up. We're gonna flip the fish, and we're gonna put it for another 10 minutes on 450. Very important. We say it in every episode. Get your ovens preheated to 450 or to whatever temperature you're using before we're ready. Because when we're ready, the oven's ready. And we're gonna place this beautiful tray either on the middle shelf or on the top shelf. And the next time we see this, it's going to be absolutely delicious. So, we're gonna make today a beautiful kale, Rosh Hashanah themed, Simunim, sweet year salad. We're going to pair it with our delicious Branzino, which is in the oven baking, but you can do it at home for an appetizer by itself.
If you don't have our delicious Branzino,
We.
you can do it yourself.
You could do it by yourself. You can serve it with any other protein that you would like. So for our salad, we're gonna have a bowl of kale. I love kale. It's crunchy. It holds, doesn't get like wilted if you put dressing on it very fast. Has a beautiful crunch. We're gonna go ahead and cut up some beautiful apple crisp apples. Try this apple with the champagne.
Right.
This apple reminds me so much of what I smelled in there. It's crisp. It's
It's very true, because when Mechi told me he wants to do a fish, Branzini, I thought about Pommery champagne, because I know that this smells from the sea. It has that beautiful appley smell. But little did I know that Mechi's doing a salad toast. I knew nothing. But when we smelled it, the first thing
that came to mind was these beautiful apple crisp apples. It's so refreshing. It's so delicious. It even has that quote unquote crunch from the apple with the fizz of the champagne. It's unbelievably delicious. That's gonna be nice. Next, we're gonna go ahead and use some figs. Ta'ainu, right?
Yeah.
They're a really, really delicious fruit, and they're from the exotic family, right? That's why we make a shechioni on them, because we don't have it a whole year. But it's a delicious fruit, just like any other thing, just like these olives. When you're younger, how many kids do you know that like olives? But when you grow up, you taste a good olive. You know there's a good meaty olive. Same goes for most fruits and vegetables. Sometimes you had a bad experience with it. You know, you had a bad experience with the fig. It was either mushy or too crunchy or not to your liking. That's okay. But then you can give it another shot later on in life, and you see, wow, it's a delicious fruit or a delicious vegetable, a good broccoli or something like that. That when you were a kid, you didn't like it. Or there's another version. I'm sorry, mothers. The mothers didn't make a good vegetable, right? So you grew up knowing a mushroom a certain way.
Or the schools.
Or the schools.
Chayder.
You grew up knowing that mushroom tastes like this. But the person that made it, either they didn't know how to make a proper mushroom and a delicious tasting mushroom, or they just, this is what it was. There was mushrooms in a can. This is what it was. This is what their mother used and their grandmother used. But there is another way. There is a way of making delicious mushrooms. So we give things another shot.
This is so true because think of sparkling wine. You think of it growing up with a sweet Moscato, and you're like, somebody shows you a white sparkling wine, you're like, ah! Little did you know, or little did I know growing up, that the finest wines in the world are dry, sparkling wine from a region in France, Champagne.
Cheers.
I just did like a short version in my wine dream when you went on a rant about food.
Because it's in
but
every
it's
bubble.
the same thing.
It's the same thing in the food bubble, same thing with the wine bubble, same thing with life. Everything, you know, you give something another shot, you might have had a bad experience in the past, and give it another shot, there's a big chance you're gonna be impressed and like, wow, I missed out a bunch of years on eating olives or mushrooms or any.
A lot of people have it with tequila.
Pomegranates is another delicious food. Oh, hold
That
on.
we eat on Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, hold on, we got a timer, 10 minutes, guys. Come, let's check out the fish in the oven.
Holy, you hear that sizzle? Wow. Do you still get excited even though that you keep on cooking every day?
Absolutely.
Wow.
This is called making the fish sing. When you're cooking in high heat, it's not boiling, it's not sitting there and just stewing, it's doing its job. So, final component of our salad is gonna be delicious red pomegranate. You know, everybody knows we do pomegranate for Rosh Hashanah. Shayir b'zchir, and I think our zchisim are good because this looks beautiful. You know, sometimes you get a schwache pomegranate.
Yeah,
This one looks really nice. We're gonna go ahead and sprinkle some of this delicious pomegranate in there. And it's gonna give you that burst of flavor.
I know why I have a big glass, but why the big container?
Because I don't have a smaller one.
I can't say the same thing about the wine.
We're gonna do vinaigrette in this. Usually vinaigrette is something that you stir in slowly, but we're gonna do a quick, easy route for the people at home. Grab your container, grab your lid. We're gonna make a honey mustard pomegranate vinaigrette for our salad using the Kosmosora olive oil. We're gonna start off, we're gonna go in with the olive oil. We're gonna do about half a cup, quarter cup to a half a cup. We're gonna go in with this delicious product. I love it. It's a pomegranate juice from Tuscanini.
Actually, never had it.
It's really this 100%. It's delicious, really good, and it fits with our theme. And it's something different that you don't try every day. So maybe you want to make a shechiyuni on the vinaigrette.
Yeah, stick to the wine.
And we're gonna go in with about the same amount, a quarter cup to a half a cup of this.
Looks like an old Chevy Prius. Gasoline oil.
Another delicious product from Tuscanini is their balsamic glaze. Now there's balsamic vinegar and there's balsamic glaze. This is a reduced version of it and I really like it. It goes well on a lot of salads just with it, but we're gonna add it to this to add more complexity to our vinaigrette.
I always wonder who buys this stuff.
I do. Now you are, if you want. We're gonna add about a tablespoon of the balsamic glaze. We're going to go in with about 2 tablespoons of Geffen honey.
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah. Everything is Rosh Hashanah here so far. And we're gonna go in with also 2 tablespoons of mustard.
I think he's like messing with me and he wants to see how serious I am. And
No, because we're doing a honey mustard with, obviously not everything's gonna be Rosh Hashanah theme, but this is gonna be a honey mustard dressing. We'll do about 2 tablespoons. We're gonna finish it off with some 3 seasoned blend from Pinch, which is salt, pepper, garlic. We're gonna top it off, and like this this is your vinaigrette ready. We close it up, and we shake it. See, there's nothing sticking, everything is nicely combined. We're gonna go ahead and give this a taste test. Wow.
yeah,
Wow. That's like a pomegranate honey mustardy.
I'm gonna try. Wow. You feel the oil, the pomegranate, the mustard, and the spices.
It's really good.
What else did you put in?
The honey and the balsamic glaze.
Oh, wow.
Again, we don't want things to overpower things. We want it to be there. It doesn't have to necessarily be recognized, but it adds to the overall profile of the dressing. Okay, timer. Wow,
Holy.
look at that. Beautiful. We're gonna let it rest. So We're gonna let it rest a few minutes. And right now, we're gonna make a delicious butter sauce for this fish to top it off. And then we're gonna eat when she's starving.
Yeah.
You can't handle it. The final thing of the day is gonna be a delicious butter sauce to go over our fish. Now, well, the first thing that comes to mind, butter, Rosh Hashanah. No, we're gonna be using a vegan butter, a non-dairy butter, sell it in all stores. The product is delicious and does the job that butter needs to do. We're gonna put some butter in it. We're gonna bring it to make it hot. We're gonna dice up some garlic, some sun-dried tomatoes, some olives, and some parsley, and we're gonna cook that in the butter for a few minutes, not long, and we're gonna let it steep. When that's done, we're gonna pour it over the fish. It's gonna be delicious. So, we have all our ingredients, and in French, in real kitchen, it's called mise en place. This is all the stuff that I need to cook, so I don't have to go be busy running around when I'm mise en place.
Mise en place.
This is my things that I need to cook. My stuff is ready.
forgot
Everything
your
is
glass.
chopped up. I don't need to cook. I don't need to drink.
No, you cook with wine.
Let's do
Let me
this.
get his glass. We're teaching him. He's teaching us. When in France,
When in France.
the wine is only getting better, right?
It's delicious.
Yeah.
On a medium-high heat, we're gonna put in about a half a stick of butter. Vegan butter. Now we're gonna let that melt down. So now that we got our butter going, we're gonna add in about 1 spoonful, maybe a little more, I love garlic, of garlic. And we're gonna let that go just till the garlic is a little bit translucent.
Again, the nose.
Yeah, the garlic is gonna infuse the butter now, and it's going to give out all the aromatics that it has, and it's gonna be absolutely crazy on top of that fish. Smell that. It's like
I can
garlic
smell it
bread.
till there.
Like garlic bread,
Yeah.
like a fresh, crispy garlic bread with butter. Now that that's where we want it, we're gonna go in with our diced sun-dried tomatoes. Also, about 2 spoonfuls. And our olives. We'll do 2 or 3 spoonfuls. Give that a good mix. And we're gonna give it a quick season of the 3 seasons blend, just to add that perfect finish touch. That's all it needs. All the flavors of the tomato, the olives, the garlic are infusing in the oil. We've been cooking this for about, I would say, a minute. Now we shut the fire. We shut the fire, we add in the parsley, and we let it steep. We're not looking to cook this. We're looking to infuse the oil. So now we don't want to overcook the stuff. We close the fire, add in our parsley. Oh my, that looks beautiful.
It smells so good, like you explained, like when you do bread.
Oh yeah.
And now you have the olive also.
This would be a talk of the town for any Rosh Hashanah table. Anybody wants to make it. And you see, it's simple. We did it in a few minutes.
I can promise you that it's simple.
Now we're gonna grab our infused butter and we're gonna dress our fish. Our salad, ready. Vinaigrette, ready. And there you have it, guys.
We're digging in.
Let's go eat.
Hold on. I had the wine decanted since Mechi started. We started filling in the lemon and the fish. So I'm very excited for this. We need plates.
Yes,
we
let's sit
eating-
down. We're gonna serve some fish. We're gonna serve some salad. We're gonna have some delicious 26 p.m. with it, and we'll get to taste Rosh Hashanah a little before.
You forgot one ingredient again. You keep something in.
It's either this or the spices. Any day of the week.
Wow.
That is fabulous fish. It's such a clean fish. It's so willing to take whatever you're putting on top of it. The tomatoes, the olive, the garlic, everything infused, the lemons infused into the fish. The pinch seasoning from the busy chicken has basil in it and cardamom and ginger.
This is so good that I'm letting him talk meanwhile that I eat. And I did open up the 26 p.m. to air out, which I would say that it usually goes with red. Obviously the fish is the beginning of the meal for Rosh Hashanah. And as you go in, you're gonna wanna have a red wine for the main course, but you wanna try it with fish also. This is a wine that we started off making with cloma soda. It's the same vineyards as we picked the olive oil for the famous cloma soda olive oil. And this is a 2019 vintage. So this wine has been sitting in bottles for close to 4 years now. And
Where's this from?
in Spain.
So technically back in Spain, these were neighbors.
No, it's in the vineyard. These
I meant on the vineyard, they're neighbors.
Yes.
The grape and the
Yes.
olive,
Yes.
they grew up together.
Yes, they grew up together. So, tell me what you think.
Wow. That's delicious. That's absolutely divine. And like you said, like we're going in now to the next course, to the main course for Rosh Hashanah on the table. You're going into other stuff. It pairs so nicely. Even with the fish, it's a mellow, nice, but it still has nice notes in there that pairs so nicely. Even with the salad, with the figs and the stuff that we have in there, it's absolutely delicious. And we also have, for people, I wanted to mention earlier that we have our previous video that we did with the salmon.
Yeah.
For Purim, we did the salmon with the
that's
with the
perfect for
citrus.
Rosh Hashanah
So you can do that for Rosh Hashanah as well if you don't like a whole spiny fish, like a fish with the bones and stuff like that. If you're not
Rosh Hashanah is also close to Yom Kippur.
right, so it's Kippurim, and you can make that. Or there is one more option. You can buy Branzino fillets. So it's not the whole fish. You buy Branzino fillets and you can do the same recipe we did, just instead of putting it in whole, you do it just the fillets, which is no bones, just with the skin, put into the oven, put all, like we did, and it will come out the same. And then you'll have to buy yourself a different head of a fish. But guys, it was amazing.
This was, as I'm continuing doing videos with Wine and Spice with Pinch, Mechi here, I'm learning so much about food and wine pairing, and you're stepping up the game also, explaining me better how to cook and these delicious things, and you make it sound so simple, like it's so easy. It is not simple at all for me. Maybe if you really follow Mechi's recipe, I was never very good at following, then it would be easy, but I'm sure enjoying it, and I'm grateful. Thank you, Mechi. Cheers.
L'chaim, l'chaim.
Okay.
Stay tuned for the next episode because we're just getting started.